What a great song from Hamilton. Raise your glass to freedom. Well, in our morning rounds, a new study is casting doubt on the health benefits of even light drinking. Researchers from the Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis found consuming 1 to 2 drinks 4 or more times a week increases the risk of premature death by 20%. The study looked at data from more than 400,000 people. Our Dr. Narula is a cardiologist at Lenox Hill Hospital, part of Norwell Health. Good morning.
Good morning, Nora.
So tell us what this study found.
Well, there's been a long debate about the benefits of alcohol. Are there benefits? Is there a safe threshold? In fact, in April, there was a study that came out that looked at over 700 studies and said there is no safe level. And so here we have this study that really looked at light to moderate drinking and found exactly what you said, that if you drink 1 to 2 drinks 4 days or more per week, your mortality risk went up. They did, in fact, find a lower risk of cardiovascular disease.
So there are some benefits.
Which we have known about before. However, the cancer risk increased. And so when you weighed that, it seemed like the increased mortality was really driven by the increased risk of cancer.
What can I get for 3 days? On these kinds of, as you mentioned, there are other studies. People feel like, next week it's just going to change.
Exactly.
So put this study in context in terms of its rigor, in terms of, why this is different.
Well, it was a big study, and they did look at sort of light to moderate drinking as opposed to just drinkers versus abstainers. So it was a good study in that respect. I don't think it's going to change the guidelines yet, but really it adds to this growing body of evidence that suggests that, we really need to pay attention to the cancer risk. And we can't just say, well, it may be beneficial for cardiovascular disease and allow people to just go ahead drinking.
So what is the connection between cancer and alcohol?
I think this is interesting, and I don't think a lot of people think about that, but it is a group 1 carcinogen. It increased the risk of breast cancer, head and neck cancer, esophageal cancer, colon cancer, liver cancer. And the thinking is that alcohol or its byproducts may basically be damaging to DNA or not allow our body to repair DNA as well, may increase estrogen levels that could drive breast cancer, for example, may not allow us to absorb certain nutrients that we need, like folate and other vitamins, or may raise obesity risk, which we know is a risk for cancer. So there are underlying mechanisms that make sense. Now, on the cardiovascular side, we know that alcohol increases HDL, which is good protective levels of cholesterol, good cholesterol. It also can help with inflammation because it has antioxidants in some of the types of alcohol. And in addition, we think that it may be anti-clotting. So again, it's this risk-benefit ratio that we need to pay attention to. Right. I don't think there's going to be one fit for everyone. And that's what the study authors really point out, that we need to take this more personalized approach and ask people, do you have a strong family history of cancer? Do you have a strong family history of heart disease? What's your personal history? And then make recommendations based on that. For someone with a cancer history, it may be abstain, because we know that the risk goes up from no drinking, with each drink for cancer. However, if you have a strong cardiovascular risk, then maybe it's okay to drink 1 to 2 drinks.
This is a less is more type of rule.
Exactly.
May I recommend Martinelli sparkling cider or Starbucks white hot chocolate? There's one out there, low fat enough. Really good. Thank you, Tara.